y'all, it's a4J
plus mango.
and we have one for y'all today. We're making Banh Suon.
Banh what?
Soon, Mangs, you'll get to eat our Chinese-Cambodian take on a Vietnamese vermicelli noodle dish. First, we need to bring a large pot of water to a boil. Then add a package of vermicelli noodles, which will feed about 4 people. Banh Suon uses these thicker vermicelli noodles. Its size is very similar to spaghetti. It's also cooked the same way. Stir occasionally and be careful not to boil over. Keep an eye on it, especially after 5 minutes. Feel free to take a bite of the noodle to test if it's done. Ideally, you want a slight bite to it, similar to cooking your spaghetti al dente. Unlike spaghetti though, we need to immediately run the noodles under cold water. Stir it around and pour out some of the water. Then run it through some more cold water until the noodles can be handled by your hands. Now we just need to strain out the water and allow the noodles to air dry. So Mangs, if you were a great multitasker, you could do this next step while the noodles were cooking. Mummy chopped about 3 to 4 scallions. Then we need to cook it in a pan with about a 1/4 cup of oil. It'll take a few minutes to get the raw edge off and bring out the delicious aroma. Alright, done with that.
Woohoo! Is it time to eat now?
Not even close, Mango. Let's add the scallions to the noodles. Also, Mummy warmed up a 1/4 cup of coconut milk over the stove to bring out its aroma and flavor too. This gets added to the vermicelli noodles. Now toss everything together and we're on to the next one.
Ooh, Mummy, the noodles are so fragrant. Yum.
Now we need an onion. This was left over from our egg roll recipe from last week. After peeling off the onion skin, Mum's going with a large dice or a cubed shape because Mummy had previously cut a pound of beef into cubes already.
I see. We should give some simple flavors to the beef. Season with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Also add in a teaspoon of cornstarch.
Thanks, Mangs. Mum's also tossing in about 2 roughly minced garlic. Oh, and why not? Just toss in the onions too and mix everything together and have it marinate for a few minutes while we get our next meat side dish ready. It's Vietnamese cured pork paste.
Oh wow, it looks so bland, but I can smell its sweet barbecue-y flavors already.
So what Mum likes to do is dip your hands in water so that the meat doesn't stick. Pat the paste into a thin patty. You can certainly roll the pork paste into mini meatballs, but that's just more work. Mum figured the easiest way was just to form 2 large patties out of the meat, and it's okay if the shapes are irregular. We'll cook this pork paste in the same pan and leftover oil that we used for cooking the scallions in. Use about medium heat to ensure the patty is cooked through and get a nice color to it. It'll take a few minutes on one side, then flip it over and cook it for a few more minutes. Remove it from the pan and let the cured pork rest. Oh, and we're not done with this pan just yet. We're gonna cook our marinated beef and onions.
So cool, Mom. I love that you're reusing the pan because I don't like washing the dishes.
Me too, Mangs. Me too. Let's cook the beef, stirring occasionally, on medium-high heat. Oh, and if you need to, add about a 1/4 cup of water if the starch is thickening it a little too much, or you just want more delicious gravy sauce. Alright, now we're done cooking.
I'm loving the smell of this delicious Vietnamese pork meatloaf that's hiding underneath all that wrapping, Mum.
Oh, I know you do. Mum calls this pork meatloaf ja.
Ho ho ho, sneaky peeky so Mom doesn't see. Hee hee hee.
Mangs, don't spoil your appetite. We have to peel off this foil, plastic, and banana leaf off first. Okay, we need to slice the ja into strips by slicing it thinly one way, and then stack it up and slice it about 4 times to get it around this size.
Whoa, I just had an epiphany. Ja is like spam!
I suppose it is. Huh. Remember our cured pork paste? It's cooled down slightly enough now so we can cut it up. We want the size similar to our ja meat. So no real strategy here. Just get the width about the same size and then slice it up. Oh, Mango, you want to see some magic? Watch me make this meat disappear.
I hear crickets. I saw you eat the meat, Mom.
It tastes so good. So I know I prepared a lot of meat options. To balance it out, we need veggies. Unfortunately, Mom didn't have any mint or Thai basil leaves, cucumbers, or bean sprouts. But I've got some chopped up romaine lettuce, which will do for this. Scoop it right into a large serving bowl. Then add the vermicelli noodles that we coated in coconut milk and green onions. And now, have at it. Top it with as little or as much of our favorite meats. Grandma says that the ja and the cured pork isn't traditionally served with Banh Suon, but our family loves it so much, so we do what we want.
I concur. Don't forget to add some onions too. Mom, those are the egg rolls from last week's cooking video. I'll make sure to check out the recipe in the description down below.
Right you are, Mangs. Now after adding all our side dishes, top it with about a tablespoon of ground roasted peanuts and pour in about 3 tablespoons of fish sauce.
Oh, it's the same fish dipping sauce from last week's recipe. Oh my goodness, it's also the same sauce we used for Nom Ko?
You got it, Mango! If you want to refresh your memory, Mom will include both recipe videos in the description down below. In the meantime, let's eat!
Oh yeah, let's do this.
I noticed you couldn't resist the pork meatloaf earlier, so here's a slice of ja for you.
Oh, yummy, yum. I'm done, thank you. Next!
Slow your roll, buddy. Check out our website at a4J.com for our blog post on Banh Suon and get a free copy of this handwritten recipe. That's all for Jean and Mango.